Hi, welcome to the Social Space, the show all about Wichita Falls, Texas, the whole wide world. I'm realizing I'm still staring at Santa in a body bag over there, Jackie.
Well, he hasn't quite made it back to home yet.
Yeah, North Pole.
We tried.
Supply chain issues.
Yeah.
Supply chain.
Hair crossing over here. That's my lower third. You can't see it yet, Josh. I'm not just crazy. Over here to my left, Jackie Hoegger. Jackie, how's it going? How's your week? How's your week, Jackie?
Good. We're going to Austin tomorrow. We'll be
just Tuesday as we take this.
That's right.
All right.
We'll be in Houston.
Okay.
And then we'll be back to Houston.
Who's this we?
Well, me.
You and the voices?
Yeah, me and the voices. Me.
She's like the queen.
And we. When I say we, I just
the royal we.
take all of you with me in heartbeat.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
To your left,
Yeah.
Andrew Bell.
Yes.
What are we going to be doing without the boss here, man?
Having a good time.
Oh.
Quiet time.
Yeah.
Getting a bunch done.
Yeah, good luck. That.
Hey, I try to leave you alone as much as
She
possible.
tries.
I do.
But she can't do it. Well, all right. Well, have safe travels.
We will, and then we'll be, just so you know, we're going to be in Atlanta right after that. So it is full throttle here.
Yeah.
Business is busy and good and blessed, and
Awesome.
And we're excited about that. And this
Well,
guest today.
I hope y'all have a good time. Yeah, to my right, here on behalf of the Harrison House.
Yes.
Josh White, how you doing, Josh?
Doing good, thanks.
Thanks for being here. Real quick, Josh, we have some partners we have to thank real quick before we jump in with you. That's News Channel 6, KAUZ. We air there 10:35 Sunday nights. As far as I'm concerned, football's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is over.
It's over.
So I'm sure we'll be on at 10:35 now. Maybe there's some playoff games. I don't know. Also, our radio partner, that's Townsquare Media. We air NewsTalk 1290 Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. You can listen along with us with Greg on the tractor still, right? I'm assuming.
He is.
Is he still listening to us?
We talk about it every Saturday afternoon, what the show was.
Okay, all right, Greg. Well, enjoy yourself on the tractor there. And then Tanya, I waved. He's listening on the radio.
Yeah.
I waved. Tanya and Sean Choate, that's Impact Signs at Falls Truck Center.
Yes.
You can see us on back a couple more buses.
Yeah, good
Yep.
people over there.
Yeah, get yourself wrapped. All right, Josh, tell us a little bit about your role as I break the table at the Harrison House. What do you do there?
Well, I'm the owner and general manager
of
of the Harrison House. I also cook breakfast in the morning.
Well, how did you come about getting into that?
We never thought we would actually do it. I came to Wichita Falls to become the organist at First Baptist Church.
Okay.
And as I saw that they were going in a more contemporary direction, we started looking for a way for me to plug into a full-time job outside of the church. And we had lived in a historic house over on Grant Street, which looks just like the Harrison House on the outside. It's almost identical house. And we fell in love with just living in an historic space. And when our lease was finally up, we had a choice of either buying that house or the Harrison House. At the time, the Harrison House had dropped by half in price. So we got it for an incredible deal that left a lot of money in the budget to do a full restoration. So we focused the restoration on the inside of the house for us to live in. Then in 2017, we bought Bistro Express Catering from two ladies who'd owned it, and it took our life away from the house, where we spent basically 12 hours a day, 7 days a week at the catering business. And we realized we had this huge house and no one was really living there, and we knew it had been a bed and breakfast before we bought it. So we just decided to put it on Airbnb to see what happened for a little while. We didn't realize that within a month it would have booked up almost for the whole year, the first year.
That's incredible.
Wow.
There was obviously a big need for a more specialized bed and breakfast in Wichita Falls that was beyond just an Airbnb. So we took ours to the next level. We offered breakfast, which I think is hilarious because Airbnb means air bed and breakfast, but most Airbnbs don't include breakfast.
Imagine.
Yeah, but at the beginning, people treated it as a vacation house, and we had to really quickly reel that in. It said, no, this is still our private house, but you rent a room in it. It's a beautiful room that's decorated in a period manner, and in the morning you get breakfast.
That's incredible.
So somebody was trying to use it as a vacation spot, a party home? Or?
Yeah, about 3 clients did. Well, the first year we didn't live there, actually. We had moved out to see what our role would be in the house. And we realized quickly that we really needed to be there all the time. Yeah. People thought the whole house was theirs to have parties and things like that, which wouldn't really bother us, but it's decorated in a way that we just didn't expect that people would use it as their own private house. But
Josh, tell us about the history of the house.
Okay, it was built in 1918 by Norris Martin. There's another Norris Martin that lives in Wichita Falls currently. It's his granddad that built the house.
Really?
And they built it. He moved from Clarinda, Iowa. So there's some streets named after his hometown and even some streets named after their last name.
Oh, wow.
The Martin family. So they built the house, and she lived there till the 40s, and then built the house on Taft where they moved.
That's
Awesome.
incredible.
You know, I don't necessarily drive on that street a lot, but every time I do catch myself driving by it, I always stop and look at it. And you're so good about sharing the story of that house and what you're doing on the inside on social media. It might be the most beautiful at Christmas time. How long does it take you to get all the decorations up and down?
I start in August.
You start
and
in
it takes about
August.
2 months to get it all up, so I'm usually have it done by the end of November.
Wow.
Usually I put 16 Christmas trees up. I only did 2 this year, but it still took me a month and a half to get it all up. The outside is where the real trial begins, because it's such a big scaled house. It doesn't seem like it is, but it's a big scaled house.
Yes.
Everything is very tall. Even to get to the first level, as you can see, there's 8 steps. So it takes lots of big ladders, a lot of work. It's wide and tall, and takes a lot of lights. I think this year I put on 30,000 lights.
Oh my
this
gosh.
year
Wow.
alone. And all different style lights. Normally I put on the big C9s, the big old-fashioned Christmas lights, but I think I'm going to switch to LEDs. I think you could use more
Yeah.
and use less electricity.
Yeah.
And they look just as good nowadays on the house. But
So as you think about all the renovation you've done, what's your favorite room of the house right now?
the main living room.
The main?
It's like walking into Downton Abbey. If you
Yeah.
ever watched Downton Abbey, we kind of decorated the whole house to be like that.
So how many owners has the house had?
5. We're the
Five.
5th.
You're the 5th. So it started with Norris Martin,
Yep.
and they lived in it the longest,
They did.
maybe?
They did.
Okay, and then it's changed a couple of times? Because I know I've been in the house several times, but I would love to revisit it with all the renovations that you have done. So what's next on your project with the house?
Exterior painting. We're planning an addition to the house. We're not really sure when we're going to start that, but we're planning on about 1,000 square foot addition to the house. We're a private area for us and a big living room that we can move the pianos and organs to, so I have a place to practice in relative quiet.
Yeah.
It's hard to
speaking-
practice
yeah.
when you're at bed and breakfast and people are sleeping.
Yeah, you should put that on the
Yeah.
bed and breakfast. There will be organ music. at some point.
There might be organ or harp music or piano music.
Just tell them it's
That's a
haunted.
good- that's a good alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, people under 30 are just dying for a ghost sighting. That's why they stay, I think.
Oh my
And
goodness.
sometimes they say they are. The most unique comment that was ever made was, "This house is so authentic. It has rubber stoppers in the bathtubs and the doors open and close by themselves." So I'm not sure if that's a positive or a negative. But
Speaking of though, what is the most unusual thing about the house that's really period friendly? I mean, like, is there areas of the house where there are just wooden nails or anything like that?
I think the most unusual thing is it's decorated exactly how it would have looked in 1918, but it's incredibly comfortable
Yeah.
and incredibly homey, and it's just a very friendly house. Very cozy, friendly house.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so how can people book it?
Airbnb.
There we
you
go.
Just type in Harrison House, Airbnb, Wichita Falls. We're the first thing that pops up.
Now, also, real quick, before we go into section 2, you also host like Christmas parties there too. You don't
Yes.
have to use it as an Airbnb. If somebody wants to have a meeting there or a
Staff meeting there.
staff
Thanks,
meeting or
Andrew.
a party,
absolutely.
yeah, or a party or something, you do that.
Yes, and we do kind of historic reenactments of dinners, the way it would have been done back in 1918 with 8 or 9 or 10 courses. We have all the china and silverware that to use for all that sort of thing that you would need.
That's cool.
For that, we people know we do that, so we'll come home
Okay.
some days and there'll be a box on the back porch. It'll say, "You don't know who I am. I'm not going to tell you. This is my wedding china. I've never used it, but I've heard that y'all will use it, so I want you to have it." Last week it was a doll. Someone brought us a doll. I don't know what it was. It was a china doll. And someone said, "You don't know me, but this doll I think needs a place in your house, so here it is."
Oh my gosh.
And we'll display it when we're on tour and things like that.
Does this house have a basement and an attic?
It's a full basement and a full third floor.
What's on the third floor?
It's a huge open area and about 5 closets. They're cedar closets. We were told that at that time period, they would have taken their summer wardrobe up and put it
Sure.
in the attic and then brought their winter wardrobe down.
And the attic is for storage? I mean,
That's
the
what we-
basement is for storage?
The
for you?
basement, there's 9 rooms down there.
9
And the laundry is down there. There's a vault where I guess they would have stored silver at one point. That's below the entrance hall. And we use it for china and silver storage. And that's where the laundry is currently down there. And there was a maid's bedroom with a fireplace down there as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Wow.
That
It's
is
like
cool.
being in the bowels of the Titanic. That's what I tell people. You can turn off and on every faucet from the basement. There is a whole panel down there. It's pretty unique.
Yeah.
That's
really.
really cool.
Nice.
I would definitely want to play, going into our bumper, into the commercial, some footage we took during our Frank and Joe shoot at the
Absolutely.
house during a couple of Christmases ago.
I agree, and I think it would be great if we had some great photos of the house that we did as B photos. Christmas for sure. This Christmas was so pretty.
Okay, let's do that, and let's talk about the BMW rental in
Next.
this segment.
You want to do it in this segment?
Yeah, we'll just do a
Great.
long segment here
Great.
because you also do BMW rentals out of there.
Yep.
What's that going on? How
It's such
much a day?
It's a funny way to start. When we bought Bistro Express, we didn't have an SUV. We had just a little 3 Series we drove, and John had a truck, but we needed some way to deliver cars. So we bought an X5 that was listed on Craigslist for sale. We thought, what a great car to start out with. It's a nice car. It looks nice. People would like to see an X5 pull in a driveway and unload food. People liked things like that. So we ended up having 2 X5s. We really only used a few days a week to really deliver. So we thought, let's try putting this on Turo, which is like an Airbnb for cars. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, but so you can list your car on there and rent it out when you're not using it. And we thought we have 2 cars we're not using all the time. So they became so used that we didn't even use them to deliver anymore. We only used them to rent out. Most of our clients are airmen at the base or their families. It's about 90% of our clientele. And every time we've added a car, it stays booked so much we keep adding and adding. Now we have 7 BMWs that we keep rented all the time.
Wow.
Wow.
Every time he's not buys some and isn't using it, he starts renting it out and making money off it. I'm dumb. I just let my stuff sit there and no one use it.
That's what they were doing, though.
And you
Golly.
put up a new fence on the back of the house.
The whole house is fenced in.
The whole house is fenced in.
And our inventory of cars sits in the backyard in the fenced area.
Okay.
Wow.
A lot of our guests will pull up and they'll think either the house is full of guests that all drive BMWs or we own a BMW dealership. And I've had to tell each one, no, we don't own a BMW dealership, but you could rent a car from us. And
So how much a day, or is that how you does it go?
How
by?
much a
Is
day?
it by hour, by day?
it's by the day, and we're not expensive. It's about $60 to $80 depending on the car.
Man, so you go pick up a car and go take your date out.
There you go.
It's like $100 for an Altima from the Enterprise. Go get yourself a BMW. That's awesome.
And what's funny about Tiro, if you look in the Metroplex, there are thousands of hosts that host cars. We're one of the only hosts in Wichita Falls.
Wow.
Yeah.
And definitely the only host that has more than 1 car.
Wow.
So I think it's very professional that we have a group of cars. People look at us as more of a rental car company, and they trust us more as a result.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so. A nice little fleet of BMWs to rent.
And we keep them beautifully detailed.
Yeah, clean.
After every guest, we fully detail the whole car.
Nice.
We pride ourselves in the cars being like brand new.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool. What a great little business. Everybody go by, stay there. I think Mom and Dad, that's where I'm putting you up next time y'all come into town. Get you a little
There you
Beamer to
go.
go tool around.
Well, the
in,
best
too.
part about both the house and, if you don't mind me interrupting, and the car dealership is that unlike a hotel and unlike an hotel and unlike a normal car rental place, you can pick your room and you can pick your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
when
there
I-
at the same spot.
Yes, when I rent a car, I don't get to pick the car that I want, the model that I want.
Yeah.
And when I rent a hotel room, I don't get to say I want the red room or the gold room or the blue room. You can pick exactly what you want.
Awesome.
You can call me and tell me I like this magazine, and we'll put those magazines out. You can call me and tell me I don't eat flour, and I'll make breakfast for you that morning that doesn't include flour.
Man.
Everything's customized.
Awesome. Well, that's great.
cool.
Fantastic. Well, gosh, we're out of time for your segment, Josh,
Yeah.
but that sounds like a really neat deal. Appreciate you coming by and telling us all about it.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, after this, we have friend of the show, Katie
Yes.
Britt. She's coming on to talk about Falls Future 2.0. That's a point she wants to make. This isn't Falls Future 1.0. It's Falls Future 2.0. We'll be right back with Katie. Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome. I talk really fast.
Four incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Townsquare Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with NewsTalk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Townsquare Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the Social Space.
Back to the social space. I don't know. We don't really have a theme for this show. We don't always have a theme.
Just good info.
It's like
good old info.
It's just good. Glad to get two guests here in these
COVID-y
times.
You're right. I always say if you learn something from this show, then it's good. It's good.
Yeah, right. And we have to be flexible these days.
Yes.
We do. Speaking of flexible, I don't know what that means because I know what it means. It's because I asked her yesterday to come on the show. Katie Britt.
Yes.
Friend of the show.
Hi.
Do you think you can rate above a 6 out of 10 this week? This time?
Well, I'm hoping I'm getting a 6.5.
know
I'm
there's not.
always aiming for that little bit above 6.
No, 6 is the highest. Katie, tell us about Falls Future 2.0 and your role with it.
Well, I am the Vice President of Marketing at the Wichita Falls Chamber, and I'm helping to market the Falls Future 2.0 campaign. So Falls Future 2.0 is a community development project that we do to try to make Wichita Falls stronger, better, and help us grow every time we do it. The last time we did it was in 2018 when it was just Falls Future 1.0. And so now we're basically just trying to get the community to fill out a survey to let us know what they want Wichita Falls to look like over the next 10 years. Because everybody needs to let us know so we can get the steering committee together to start driving us in that direction.
Yeah.
So why do you think, why do you think it's important that just everybody fill out? I mean, some people may think, is it really important for me to fill out that survey? Well, I think everybody should fill it out. And then how do you calculate that data and what do you do with it?
That's a great question, Jackie. So it's important for the entire community, or as much of the community that can fill it out as possible.
Yeah.
So that everybody has a say in what's going on. We can't know what Jackie Hoegger wants in the community if Jackie doesn't tell us. So it's important for as many people all across the community, from the north side, the east side, the south side, and all over the community, to let us know what do you want.
Not the west side, though.
They're annexed out. They no longer count. I'm going to get in so much trouble.
Now, I really like the west side, I'm just saying.
All over Wichita Falls.
Yes.
It's for every voice matters. So it's
That's
important
right.
to get everybody involved, and we want to know, what do you want? Do you want more work done downtown? Do you want us to focus more on our relationship with Shepherd? Do you want even more modern school? There's so many things that we don't even know. Maybe you want more diversity, that the DEI initiatives. You get to tell us what you want, because you can't have somebody come in from outside the community and tell us what we need to make us work.
Yeah.
It has to be driven by the community itself.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How long does it typically take to fill out this survey?
It's about a 5 to 10 minute survey.
Okay.
And you have plenty of opportunity to put your notes in there, or just to just click a button one way or the other. And the deadline to have it completed is January 31st. And then we'll go ahead and take all the surveys that come in, and we'll compile that data and take it to the steering committee, who will work together with the outside agency who's facilitating it to put it all together and come back with a strategy.
Katie, what are there some initiatives from the previous campaign that will carry over into the new campaign?
I'm sure there will, but again, it all depends on what the community votes for, what they want.
Yeah.
If they're asking for more Bike Wichita Falls, then we'll do more of that. If they want more downtown live, work, and play, we'll do more of that. It's really going to be driven by Wichita Falls.
Yeah, that's 1.0. That's the past.
Well, what about a river walk? That goes
Hey, put me down for that too. You got 2 votes, 3 votes?
I wouldn't mind running by a river every day.
I agree with that one.
We have one. It's right.
I know.
You can run by the river.
It's just making it beautiful and I love the idea of a river walk downtown. I can tell you right now, if we could all have pixie dust, what would we sprinkle? For sure, more downtown development, because we live, work, and play pretty much here. So I'm all for downtown, but I'm also all for, and I want it to be an and. I really want to see people invest more heart and soul into MSU Texas and football weekend and basketball weekend become ingrained in us. So I'm hoping that this partnership with Texas Tech, this affiliation, can increase our students out there. And I want a brand new MSU football field built on campus.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So bad, you
I
know.
vote for that, too.
I want all of that student body to be able to walk 5 minutes and be inside.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, the
So
football.
how do you take the survey then? How does Jackie put all that?
Yeah.
Or did that count as hers?
Yeah, so to make it, unless we're going to put it on the screen, but you can also put it, you can find both in English and in Spanish on the Wichita Falls Chamber website, so wichitafallschamber.com, or at the bit.ly if you guys will put it in the post.
Sure.
We will. Yes.
I want a patio on the roof of First Texas building.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know, is that something that we're talking specific requests
You
like
got to
that?
fill out the survey.
I'll do it, Katie.
Fill it out today.
Katie, what do you want? I'd like to know what you want. Is there
Yeah.
anything?
What do I want? I want more inclusivity. I want everybody to feel like they can go anywhere. I want to make sure we have transportation all over and access to people who are underserved. So there's so much that go into that I just want more of that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know, you want to guess what she's doing the third of right now?
Horse?
Yep. Aren't you
my
painting another horse right now?
Yeah, I'm actually, it'll be my fourth horse.
Fourth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Whoa.
because the riding horse is counted as two.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm working on my fourth one for Falls Home Health, and then I have another one, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Then you're done, really?
It takes about 80 to 100 hours
It
that I
does.
don't get paid for.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's all donated, which I'm proud and happy to do.
Yeah.
But it's just, I've got to cut it off. There's other artists in the community that want the opportunity, and I want to make sure they get it.
Can people still catch you at the farmer's market every weekend painting faces?
Not every weekend.
Okay.
I'm taking a break from the cold weather and COVID right now. I don't want to take a chance.
There
of
was
giving-
still a couple down there this Saturday. I was like, are you out of your mind? It was open.
Really?
Yeah, it was so
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of those orchards and merchants that
Yeah.
show up. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I noticed it seemed quite busy
were
at the
still people
farmers
down
market.
there.
Yeah.
Well,
Farmers Market's doing a lot of great stuff
they
right
are.
now.
Yes.
They are.
They're just getting more and more members and having more and more vendors.
Yeah.
Definitely worth checking out.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Doing a great job down there.
All right,
well, Katie,
so
anything at all we're
going
missing?
to fill out that survey,
We're
aren't
gonna
we?
fill out that
Absolutely.
survey.
Andrew, you didn't tell us what you wanted. Oh, yeah, you did. He wants the Riverwalk. What do you want?
Patio on the roof of.
Patio on
we
the
also what we wanted, and then we're going to do Thursday staff meetings at Harrison
There
House.
we
Yes.
go.
Every single Thursday.
There we
Don't
go.
be late.
Don't be late.
I'm still walking. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Katie. We're going to take a break. We don't have very much left in the final segment. We might just play a little spot, a little
Got
Hoegger
it.
spot or something. Maybe our Addie winners from last year. I don't know.
Yeah.
About that time, we're about to have some new ones coming up here in a couple of weeks here, Jackie. Thank you so much for being here, Katie. And we'll see
Speaking
you guys
of
next
Matt,
week.
today's the day. Tomorrow's the day.
Summer always seems like it'll last forever. Until it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it's that time of year again. Don't be caught off guard. Get ahead of the problem. Let James Lane make sure your unit's ready for 90 one day and 30 the next. Be ready for anything and everything with James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. When you need us, we're there.
Step into the new year in a new Chevy at 4 Stars Auto Ranch. Get a 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTD at 0% APR for very well-qualified buyers and 0% APR for well-qualified buyers on the 2022 Equinox. With both, the length of contract limited, must finance with GM Financial. Plenty in-stock pre-owns to choose from. They can find what you want, or you can order direct from 4 Stars Auto Ranch. Find new roads with a short drive to huge savings.
Experience commitment here at 4 Stars Auto.
collection is a love letter to the world.
I share with you